It's time for today's travel and cruise industry news. With the latest from travel and cruises around the world, here's your host, Chillie Falls.
Wow. I don't know what happened there, folks. Hopefully you guys can hear me. I could not hear my intro at all. There's Hot Air Tom. Picture is Chillie and Viv from England. Yes. Tom, can you hear me? Can you stick a note in there? Is my audio coming through? Can hear you. Thank you, Joanne. All okay. All right, I was weird because I had no intro from my end, which I'm not sure why that happened. But anyway. All right, back to the business at hand. Welcome to the Travel and Cruise Industry Podcast on the 10th day of December, 2025. Coming to you from my studio in Forest, Virginia, at least for now. Brought to you by Will U.S., the owner of Scootaround, and by chilliescruises. Pretty much a solid news show today. Here's the headlights. Yeah, here's the headlights from the show today. The headlines from this morning, the lead story, family files a wrongful death lawsuit against Royal Caribbean. Also today, the Thai-Cambodia border erupts again. A belligerent guest throws a punch. A bold loyal come on, man, my tongue's not working at all. A bold loyalty match from Virgin Voyages. Wow. See why I use Nestor? Also today, Japan removed on multiple sailings, a performer injured in a fall, and the DOT launches a $1 billion Make Travel Family Friendly Again campaign. And lots more live here at 11 o'clock this morning. Today, folks, is National Lager Day. I'm not actually much of a lager person. Oh, I'll drink it. Not my favorite. You guys all know I'm pretty much a bourbon guy. The amount of lager / beer I drink in a year's time, I can probably count on one hand. It's just not something that's in my realm of thought. So, this day in history. In 1672, the governor of New York announces monthly mail service between New York and Boston. And Hot Air Tom applied for the job of riding a horse back and forth from New York to Boston, delivering the mail. Yeah, no, he didn't, but it sounds good. If you're a podcast person, you can always access you can access this show. You can access the podcast via my blog, which is accessadventure.net. Wow, what did I drink this morning? Maybe I should have had 2 cups of coffee instead of 1. I don't know. The tongue just doesn't seem to be working much very well today, folks. All right, so yesterday afternoon was supposed to be my second iron infusion. I was snowed in. I mean, as far as me getting out to my car, yeah, maybe I could have done that. Amanda said our driveway was awful. The roads were okay, but then I would have been stuck over at the cancer clinic trying to unload and reload on snow and ice, and with a fall risk. just wasn't worth it. So I called them up yesterday morning, and they had no problem with me canceling. So they were supposed to call back and reschedule it, but I never heard. I've not heard from them again. So I don't know when the second one's going to be. Of course, the third one's next Tuesday, but I guess we'll just wait and see on that one. So anyway, I didn't get over there yesterday. It's supposed to warm up some today, so hopefully we'll start getting some melting and clearing of things that aren't already cleared. I did see officially we've had about 7 inches of snow in this area, which again for us in Virginia, that's a good bit of snow. So at any rate, so let's get on with the business at hand, guys. I don't have anything else loaded up like pictures of anybody's travel. It's I've had some technical issues that I've been working around. I was tied up yesterday with phone issues. I ended up using Amigo John for a couple hours yesterday afternoon. Dealing with AT&T. Eventually, I had to deal with Samsung for about 2.5 hours total before I got my phone fixed and working again. So that was a little dicey. So anyway, today's show might be a little bit lacking. But anyway, we do have some stories. We do have some news. And I'll be back with today's news after a quick break from one of our fine network sponsors. All right, guys. Well, so let's get it started off. I see Katie. Katie, is this your birthday? I think today might be Katie's birthday. Anyway, if it is, and I missed it, Katie, happy birthday. All right, so we're going to start off today, guys, with this. Nestor, take over.
The family of 35-year-old passenger Michael Virgil, who died during a Royal Caribbean sailing last year, has filed a wrongful death lawsuit against the cruise line. Virgil became distressed on board and was restrained by ship security before dying shortly afterward. A report from the Los Angeles County Medical Examiner has now classified the death as homicide, citing mechanical asphyxia, obesity, ethanol intoxication, and cardiomegaly as contributing factors. According to the complaint, Virgil purchased the all-inclusive deluxe beverage package and was served at least 33 alcoholic drinks. His family alleges crew members continued serving alcohol even after he showed clear signs of visible intoxication. The suit further claims that once security intervened, Virgil was pepper-sprayed multiple times, physically restrained, and later administered a sedative, leading to what the lawsuit describes as an excessive and unsafe response. Virgil was sailing on a 4-day itinerary from Los Angeles to Ensenada, Mexico. Fiancée Connie Aguilar, representing the family, accuses Royal Caribbean of negligence both in over-serving alcohol and in the actions of its security and medical personnel. Royal Caribbean fully understands and expects that alcohol overconsumption by passengers will result in the diminution of their inhibitions, motor skills and good judgment, the filing states. The FBI previously confirmed that it opened an investigation into the circumstances surrounding the death, though no updates have been released. Royal Caribbean responded with a short statement following the lawsuit filing. "We were saddened by the passing of one of our guests, worked with authorities on their investigation, and will refrain from commenting any further." The case follows a separate negligence suit filed earlier this year involving another cruise line, in which a family alleged improper safety communication and lack of lifeguards after a drowning incident at a beach port of call. This latest lawsuit brings renewed attention to alcohol service policies and onboard security practices across the cruise industry.
Cruise around the world with the Will Model C2. That's the chair that I use. Our chairs will easily fit through accessible cabin doors and can navigate those tight spaces and crowded places. To see if Will may be right for you, click on the link below to schedule a test drive. Just tell them to use code Chillie for all your mobility needs. That's scootaroundstore.com.
All right, guys. So I see that I was corrected. It's not Katie's birthday. It's Emily's birthday. That's what I saw out of the corner of my eye this morning. Was Katie wishing Emily a happy birthday. So happy birthday to Emily, if she happens to be on today. All right, Nestor, what's going on over there in Thailand and Cambodia? I thought this was this war was over, according to certain sources from Washington.
A fragile peace along the Thai-Cambodian border has shattered. For the second time this year, artillery shells and rockets are tearing through frontier villages, fighter jets are conducting airstrikes, and tens of thousands of terrified civilians are fleeing their homes. A ceasefire agreement, once hailed as a diplomatic victory, now lies in tatters, raising fears of a prolonged and devastating regional conflict. Every guest knows that fighting on board a cruise ship is a tremendous no-no, but even more of a concern is when an incident involves a guest and a crew member. On board a recent Icon of the Seas sailing, one belligerent guest did exactly that, fought a crew member. The crew member, who has not been identified but appears to be one of the ship's lifeguards based on their uniform, did not return the blow but was knocked to the deck. A viral video shows a guest throwing a punch at a Royal Caribbean crew member. Royal Caribbean's guest conduct policy prohibits such behavior and the guest may be debarked or banned. Virgin Voyages is simplifying loyalty perks for travelers by launching a broad status match program that extends across cruise lines, hotel brands, and airline memberships. Guests who qualify can receive exclusive blue extras simply by applying for the match and booking an upcoming sailing. The offer taps into growing frustration over shrinking travel rewards and rising qualification thresholds. Loyalty programs have gotten it backward, said CEO Nirmal Savramuthu. They ask for more, give less and call it a reward. We're flipping that. Eligible loyalty programs. Travelers with select mid to top tier status from more than 35 programs can qualify, including cruise lines, Carnival VIFP, Gold Plus, Royal Caribbean Crown and Anchor, Platinum Plus, Princess Captain's Circle, Platinum Plus, Celebrity Captain's Club, Select Plus, Norwegian Latitudes, Gold Plus, Disney Castaway Club, Platinum, Holland America Mariner, 3-Star Plus, MSC Voyagers, Blue Diamond, Oceania Club, Silver Plus, P&O Peninsular, Atlantic Plus, Azamara Circle, Discoverer Plus, Windstar, 3-Star Plus, Airlines and Hotels, Delta Sky Miles Medallion, United Mileage Plus, Hilton Honors, Wyndham Rewards, Best Western Rewards, and additional programs across global brands. What guests receive. Matched sailors will earn instant recognition perks without waiting to accumulate points on multiple sailings. Blue extras can include priority boarding, drink credits, laundry benefits, and onboard surprises depending on sailing selection. Virgin Voyages 4-ship fleet, Scarlet Lady, Valiant Lady, Resilient Lady, and Brilliant Lady, offers global itineraries from the Caribbean to Europe and Australia, giving new sailors plenty of premium sailings to choose from. This status match opens the door for travelers who feel undervalued in traditional loyalty systems to receive the benefits they've earned, starting on day one aboard Virgin's adults-only fleet. In an effort to offer ever more enticing and immersive sailings, Royal Caribbean is refreshing multiple itineraries for Spectrum of the Seas during her upcoming season homeported from Shanghai. Guests on various departures have received notifications of the changes, which vary by departure date for the Quantum Ultra-class ship. Multiple Japan itineraries for Spectrum of the Seas are being changed to avoid the nation. Instead, alternative ports in Korea are being arranged for the ship from its Shanghai homeport. This is likely in response to rising political tensions between China and Japan. Chillie's Cruises received a message from a crew member aboard the cruise ship MSC Poesia, who wished to remain anonymous, sharing news of a distressing incident that occurred during an entertainment show. According to the crew member, the incident took place on December 6, during the Voyager party. A young female performer reportedly fell from a height of approximately 3 to 4 meters, landing heavily on the stage below. Witnesses say she remained unconscious after the fall, and received immediate intervention from the onboard medical team. The performance was cancelled as medical staff worked to stabilize her condition backstage. The following day, an ambulance was standing by in Hamburg when the ship arrived, ensuring the performer could receive specialized medical care ashore as quickly as possible. At this time, no official update has been provided regarding her current health status.
All right, so my last story somehow got eaten. I'm in the process of re-uploading it now. So just give me a half a second here. It's not being the speediest in the world, but I will have the DOT story because I think it's has some relative importance in today's world. As soon as it finishes loading, I will put it on. And yes, I'm just kind of killing a little time. I guess in the meantime, I could jump over to the chat. There it is. All right, so back to Nestor for the last story.
U.S. Department of Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy has announced a major new initiative. U.S. Department of Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy has announced a major new initiative, the Make Travel Family Friendly Again campaign, as the Trump administration seeks expanded funding to enhance the entire family air travel experience. The effort aims to improve everything from children's play areas to healthier airport dining options. Backed by $1 billion in dedicated funding, the campaign prioritizes upgrading airport terminals nationwide. Planned improvements include expanded children's play zones, additional mothers' rooms and nursing pods, dedicated family screening lanes at TSA checkpoints, and sensory rooms designed to support neurodivergent travelers. The funding comes from the Airport Terminal Program, part of the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act, which provides $1 billion annually for airport improvements. Now in its fourth year, launched in 2022 under the Biden administration, this program allows airports to apply for project funding through January 15, 2026. A key component of the campaign, developed in partnership with the Department of Health and Human Services, focuses on offering healthier food choices at airports. Officials highlighted the growing popularity of innovative healthy vending concepts like Farmer's Fridge. Bringing about a golden age in travel has to involve making the family travel experience happier and healthier, Duffy said. Today's announcement demonstrates the Trump administration's commitment to enacting a family-first agenda and improving the lives of the American people. During the announcement event at Ronald Reagan Washington National Airport, both Duffy and Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy even performed pull-ups to promote staying active before flying, according to Reuters.
I am sorry I didn't see Duffy and Kennedy doing pull-ups. Needless to say, folks, I did not write this. I simply am using this. I'm afraid that I'm going to have to be, in light of the political atmosphere in Washington, this is going to have to be a show me situation. I got to see this happening to believe it. I hate to say that, And again, that does not mean that's not a political statement. It's just, I don't believe anybody from Washington anymore. So we'll see. It would be great if that happens and some improvements are made to airports for families. Love to see it. All right. Puts an end to the news portion of today's show. So let's go over and see who is in the chat room today, fussing at me. So we've had some technical issues today, and still gotten the show on. Hot Air Tom was with us. That was Hot Air Tom said all was okay. Joanne said all was okay. Thank you very much, guys. Come on now. Why are you stuck? Did I freeze up? Oh, damn it. There we go. Okay, so Hot Air Tom, Joanne. Mike's with us. Sound okay? Roger's with us from Jacksonville. Hi, Roger. By the way, folks, I had just mentioning Roger. Roger is looking at a transatlantic. It's probably no special thing. Don't know if he's going to end up doing it or not. But I was able to get a proposal out to him yesterday, and then I had a lovely lady call me from Delaware. And I got a proposal to her for an Alaska cruise for 4 people on the Poesia. So that was nice to get me back in the agency side of things after a little bit of a lull. Gretchen's with us. Katie's here. Bob's with us. Good morning, Bob. Katie says 7 days till our vacay begins. That's good, Katie. Hot Air says our yard is covered. Driveway melted itself yesterday. No shovel involved. Man, our high temperature here yesterday was 26. Nothing melted. So, I'm just hoping the temperature does get up today. Well, at least the phone was not down an elevator shaft. Yeah, the phone's been through hell, hasn't it? And I'm going to tell you, folks, it was. I'm sure I somehow did this myself, but it was hitting me with pop-up ads nonstop. I couldn't use the phone. I couldn't make a phone call. I couldn't pull anything up on the phone. I couldn't stop it. I mean, I did everything but standing on my head. I called AT&T, and it's 10 kinds of hell to get a person. Ended up getting a person. They told me to go to Best Buy. I said, man, I'm disabled and I'm snowed in. Well, wait till tomorrow. That was AT&T's response to this. I worked with John. We tried to come up with a cleaner that would clean all that shit. Excuse my French. All that stuff out of my phone. Whoops. Sorry about that. So finally, I called Samsung and I explained the situation to them. And they had me download, which again, trying to download a program when I've got the constant pop-ups. But I eventually got the program downloaded that they wanted so they could take control of the phone and went through whatever they did and turned it back to me. And it was okay for a little bit, but it came back again. So I contacted them back a second time. And the second time I gave them control of the phone. They kept it for well over an hour. And I mean, I could see them doing all kinds of stuff on the phone. But and now it's been fine. So Samsung. So if you ever have that problem, folks, call Samsung. They literally they got it fixed. Yeah, that was the birthday thing with Katie and them, where I had it screwed up. Right next to Gretchen's birthday. Okay. Mike says, good morning to everybody. Hi, Mike. Todd's with us. Good morning, Todd. Train strike in Portugal. Hot air, Tom says. That sucker's been off and on now for, a couple months. Sounds like Virgin is hungry for more cruisers. Well, the loyalty match, I'm glad to see him do it. Some of you that watched, my interview with Nate on Monday, I would just assume they all do like a Royal Caribbean. Give me 5 drinks a day. The hell with all the other stuff. I mean, if I want cherries in some of you might really like it. But, 5 drinks a day, I don't have to buy a drinks package. Or, something that's usable. I guess, onboard credit, if you can use it like on things like drinks or Wi-Fi or something like that, that'd be fine. But, I'm very happy when I go on a royal ship. I got 5 drinks a day, and that's plenty for me. I get my Diet Coke thing, so I've got my Diet Cokes. So, Amico John is with us. That's John up in Crookston, Minnesota. Good morning, everybody. Recovering from 2 days of closed stores and schools and lots of snow to dig out from. Yeah, well, you live up there. That's why. Gary Older Than Dirt's with us. Good morning, Gary. Everybody speaking back and forth. Gretchen says you're 37 there. Weird weather. I don't know what the temperature is here today. Quite frankly, I haven't looked because I've been pretty busy here in the cave. The last I saw was 22 last night, I think. But it's supposed to, I think somebody said it was going to be up to near 50 today. So what we have should melt, I hope. I would love for him to call and reschedule the stupid infusion so I can get the second one out of the way. So I don't want to tie that up into Christmas week. So anyway, we'll see what happens. All right, guys, that's going to wrap me up for today. As always, by the way, I did have a lovely chat with Eli the other night. Elizabeth's on location. She's back in Mexico. There's a real detailed story about how she ended up literally having to leave Princess after like 2 weeks. It wasn't her fault. It wasn't Princess' fault. But the company that Elizabeth was working for apparently did something to PO Princess, and they pulled the contract. So Elizabeth was stuck having to, oh, by the way, you've got to leave the ship tomorrow and pack up all of our jewelry. So she had to do that. It's a long story, and she's back home now. Now, Elizabeth is well known in the industry, and she won't be home long. As a matter of fact, I already know that she's got another line on the hook. So we'll see. But for now, for at least a couple of weeks, she's back in Mexico. But anyway, we had a nice chat. That would have been night before last. So it's always good to catch up with her. All right, guys. that's going to wrap me up for today. As always, smash that thumbs up button. That'll help us out a lot. Take this as my invitation to join us by subscribing to this channel. It doesn't cost anything. That'll help us out tremendously. And you can hit the bell notification so you'll be notified when I go live or when a new video is up. All right, guys, that's it for today. Thanks for being here. I'll see everybody again on Friday. You guys have a great Wednesday. Stay out of trouble. If you're in bad weather, be careful. I'll talk to everybody later in the week. Have a great day, everybody.
I regularly post videos on all facets of the travel and cruise industry. So if you like to keep up with the latest in cruise ships, ports of call, cruises themselves, Chillie chats, and travel and cruise industry news, just hit the little subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner, hit the bell notification so you'll be notified when a new video is up or we go live. This video was produced by Chilliescruises.